podcasts, audios, sometimes from the Bible. And I relate a lot to the story of David, right? The story of David, and because I'm probably the least a person that should have done something with their life, right? And I say that because I grew up in a pretty bad neighborhood. I didn't see like how some of these things that I was doing affected me or affected my future. So I was bad at school. There was a battle between good and evil in me, and there was times where good would win, and there's times where bad would win, right? But almost in a way, I'm thankful that that's how I grew up because it kind of opened my eyes to both. And I understood, possibly at a young age that all this was maybe in those callings and those what's it called prayers. He listened, right? He listened, and he's always listening, right? And he's the one that kind of grabbed me out of that gutter, right? And that's the only person really or energy that could have done that. Um, so I always relate to the story of David, where when Saul came to when to the dad of David and Samuel, I mean, came to the father, that anybody, right? Anybody in life, no matter how you are or bottom you are, you carry some type of message. Um, and I always relate to that because I was always the person that wasn't the best, right? They're always going to be hard. They're always going to be struggles. They're always going to be things that we're gonna kind of have to fight against. But I think that's the value of life, right? The value of life is going through all these struggles and then knowing that once you get there, it took you that hard work, right? It took those struggles to get there. And I think that's really what